Okay, so very good morning to all of you. These lectures, these two lectures, we have already completed, but due to internet issue at that time, I were not able to uh, record this lecture. So today I will record this lecture for you guys. Okay. So the first point is that types of transfer mode. Okay. So what is a transfer mode? Its components, its major parts, its process, and its working. That all things we have completed in last lecture. Okay, so today we'll see the types of the transfer mode. Okay, so types means how the transfer mode process carried out in the different way. Majorly, there are two different ways or two different types. By using that, we can carry out the uh, transfer mode process. First one is a plunger type. Okay, so first one is a plunger type. So if you see here, just a second, I will. Okay, so this is a plunger. This is upper die. This is molded part, and from this we can use from these two lines we can use from these holes or lines we can use the ejector. So this is okay. So how this is going to work? Okay, so this is a upper die and this is a lower die. These two dies will come to each other by means of compression pressing. Okay, and at that time, this plunger will done. With this plunger will just it force this material into this shape. If you see here, this is a shape and this is a shape. Okay, so this plunger will what this plunger will done? It will force the material into it. Okay, so this is a general procedure of a plunger type transfer mold. And if you when the these two dies will go apart means this die when at unloading condition this die will be go upward and this die will go downward. Okay, and at that time what will do the ejector here will place ejectors, and this ejector file what they will do they will just eject this job toward the upside. Okay, so this will be our molded part, final molded part. Okay, so this is a simple process. Okay, it is not a difficult. So this is a plunger type. Okay, so okay, so this is uh, this above view is this view is unfolded view. Okay, means without loading, and this is folded means how it work actually how it work. This is upper die, this is a lower die, this is a plunger, and we are inserting metal. If you see, this is a metal we are inserting into this slot. Okay, you are observing this slot. What we are doing, or we can say cavity, in technical word you can say cavity. What we are doing, we are inserting the material. Okay, so and we are making the product. Okay, so uh, one additional point to you guys. Okay, so what we are doing before uh, inserting the material, okay, key into this. Okay, we are what we are doing, we are maintaining some temperature of this mold. Okay, means we are maintaining some temperature of the mold. Suppose 60 degree, 70 degree temperature, 60 degree to 70 degree before inserting the material 60 degree to 70 degree. Okay, so the before inserting this material into this to improve the quality of the product. Okay, what is happening because of this? The quality will get improved. Okay, so this is the whole process. Okay, so hope you guys will understood the first type is a resin, sorry, plunger type. Okay, second is okay. So next is resin type. Okay, so it can be called as a resin transfer molding RTM. Okay, it can be called as a RTM. Before going to this point, I will discuss some this point. Okay, what is the given in data? It consists of transferring the plasticity. Whatever we have discussed, all things are here. Okay, so no need to read this word. Okay, so I have already told you in the simple language what is a plunger type. You, if you want, you can read it additionally, and this is what this data is all about, that what we have discussed here. Okay, so next is a resin type. Okay, so resin type is also called as a RTM. RTM. Okay, resin transfer molding. Okay, so in which heated mold is closed by putting reinforcements which is oriented into the skeleton of an actual part. Okay, so I will show what is this is a diagram. This is also not a uh, typical. Okay, just what we have to do, we have to just uh, see the diagram. Okay, and by observing the diagram, we have to just write down the theory. Okay, so here if you see the skeleton for actual part to be molded. Okay, and reinforced. Okay, so skeleton means it is a duplicate part. Okay, so a layer of the resin. We are just means suppose for we can say uh, we are using this resin type of molding for the hollow part. Means suppose our part having shape like this, but it is a this part is uh, hollow into inside. So for that we what we are doing, we are just using the skeleton for the actual part to be molded, and this is same process. This is a, if you see here, this is upper die, this is lower die. This is skeleton for actual part to be molded. This one. Okay, and uh, from this side, what we are doing, we are just pressing the material into this one. Okay. Okay, so just see once again. Okay, so it is not a difficult. Okay, so next part is next main part of a transfer mold. Okay, so first one is a what is first one is a this one is a transfer pot. This one is a plunger. Next is gating system. Gating plunger means now we have seen the use of plunger in first diagram, plunger type. Okay, so next is a gating system. Gating what? Why we are using the gating system? We are using the gating system to insert the to flow the plastic material into the mold. For that purpose, gating system we are using. Next one is a heating system. Heating system means mold heating. Okay, now we have discussed what we have discussed before pressing material into the mold. What we are doing, we are heating the mold to maintain the quality of the product, and also we are heating the plastic materials or plastic powder before inserting into the mold. Okay, keep in mind that at two places, at the two places what we are doing, we are heating the material. First one is a plastic material and second one is a second which one, mold. Next one is a cooling system. Cooling system also we have seen. What is use of cooling system for the solidification purposes. Okay, so in last lecture also we have in previous lecture we have completed the cooling system. Okay, so in cooling system what we are doing, we are just providing the cooling channel throughout the mold. Okay, and we are making the cooling of the product. Okay, indirectly our agenda is that cooling system should be efficient. Okay, to and also we have to design the cooling system in such a way that it should require the minimum time for the cooling purposes. Okay, so that should be important for increasing the efficiency. Okay, so next is the mold cavity. Mold cavity, by using the CNC and VMC machine we can provide the mold cavity. Okay, so mold cavity is very important. Next is ejector system. Ejector system or ejector mechanism. Now also we have seen due to the compression pressing, due to the pressing between the two molds, upper mold and lower mold, part getting jammed. Sometimes it is getting jammed in upper mold and sometimes it is getting jammed into the lower mold. Okay, so what we are doing, we are using the ejector mechanism to make job our product free. Okay, so this is about all about the main parts of the transfer mold. We'll go for the next of automation in the transfer mold. Okay, so automation means in which cases we are making the automation. Nowadays we have known that automation have a more scope in the automation have more scope in the industry. Okay, so suppose if job is heavy and it is sometimes it is difficult to work manually, then we are what we are doing, we are making the automation. Okay, so which type of automation is possible in transfer molding? First one is a material handling, means as we know that material means whatever the plastic powder is there, we sometimes it will sometimes what we are doing, we are designing the conveyor so that by using that conveyor the plastic powder can easily get filled into the hopper of the mold. Okay, and after that the screw what will do, that screw what we are using for the forcing this plastic powder into the heater, and after the heater there will be the we are sending into the mold. Okay, so feeding system in transfer pot. Okay, feeding now also a discussion, that is feeding system is in transfer pot. Okay, next is the mechanism of heating. Electrical means suppose mechanism of heating means suppose we have upper die and lower die, or upper mold or lower mold. Okay, and suppose we want to maintain the temperature of that mold 20 degree or 30 degree, sorry, 60 degree or 70 degree. Then what? How we are designing? We are using the temperature sensor. We can maintain temp. Suppose now our mold having temperature is 70 degree. We want to heat that mold beyond the 70 degree temperature. Then what we are doing? We are just at the 70 degree. We will what will do? The temperature sensor will change the degree, and if he will get the reading 70 degree, then what will do? He will just stop the heating. Okay, and now what will do? After that, when the 60 degree temperature mold the temperature 60 degree will come, then again the temperature sensor will sense the temperature, and when it will get the when you will get the temperature 60 degree, then again he will start the heater to heat the mold. So like that, we can, by using the feedback system, we can easily make the automation in the transform mode, feedback control system. Now also, what is feedback? Suppose that now we have used the temperature sensor. Temperature sensor will give the signal to the heater, and heater after that heating means like that feedback system. Okay. So next is automatic precision application and release mechanism, means automation in the mold working. Okay, mold process working, and automatic ejector system means whole system will be automatic. Okay, so like that, by using sometimes by inserting the or we can including the robots into the whole system, we can make the automation. Okay, so this is about the whole data that in last lecture we missed to record this, so that's why again we are recording this lecture. Okay, so that's it for